Welcome back. All right, we're going to review the other four games. Much more relaxed experience for me than that craziness of the 10 games that were on this afternoon. That being said, let's go ahead and jump right in talking about Pittsburgh and Boston, two struggling teams. Jari versus Swayman in this one. It takes a minute and 24 seconds for Boston to open the scoring. It's Charlie Coyle. He scores from Frederick and Tyler Johnson. So good start. However, the shots are 6-2 for Pittsburgh. 3 minutes in. The Bruins press at 3.5 minutes. Wotherspoon has a one-timer that's blocked. Tomasino has a rush chance that's held. I'm starting to wonder if Nashville is going to regret trading Tomasino the way I think they regret waiving Tolvanen. Tomasino has really fit in quite well in Pittsburgh thus far. Shots are 10-7 for Pittsburgh with 7.5 minutes left. So power play for Boston. Does it suck? I'm throwing this in here because Boston has the worst power play in the league. And there's a comment saying they miss when I would say, hey, does this power play suck or not? I did that with Pittsburgh and Philly last year. And it adds a little something. And yeah, it does. It becomes a minute and 5 seconds of 4-on-4. Everything gets killed off. The Penguins press after it ends. There's a glove save on a rush chance by Bunting with 21.4 seconds left. The Penguins get a power play. And I'm not sure what Zadorov's thinking, poking Malkin in the backside with his stick from the bench. I don't even know what the point of that is. Although Eddie Olczyk yelling that when Malkin swings around with his stick that he thinks he caught one of the Bruins in the head. I'm like, how? That stick barely got into the bench. So anyways, yeah. So that power play rolls over into the second period. I also thought it was lucky for Zadorov he didn't get an extra penalty for the fact that he's interacting with a player on the ice while he's on the bench. I was surprised they only gave him 2 minutes. And because Malkin reacts, he gets the 2 minutes too, so it lets the referee off the hook a little bit. Otherwise, it would have been a 5-on-3. So there's a shorthanded Coyle 2-on-1 chance that's held. The Bruins do finish the kill to start the second period. Zach is denied as the Bruins press. The shots are 3-2 Pittsburgh, 4 minutes in. The Bruins press at 7 minutes. Beauvillier has a fast break chance that's held. The Bruins draw a power play. Was it any good? No, it was killed off. Boston presses with 6.5 minutes left. Tomasino can't bury one in close. The teams exchange rushes. The Penguins press with 2.5 minutes left. The Bruins press on the next shift. And at 19:57, just before the horn on a face-off win, Raquel scores from Crosby. So that makes it 1-1 after 2. Third period. They did mention neither team's been any good in the third period for a long time. Boston apparently hasn't scored a goal at home in a third period in 12 games or something along those lines. Like, it's insane. But early press by the Penguins. The shots are one apiece at 3 minutes. Jari with a nice poke check on Geeky as he gets in close. Penguins press at 4 minutes. Things are pushed in a hole by Swayman. And at 7:26, Tomasino buries one from the slot. Malkin with the assist. So that makes it 2-1 Pittsburgh. The Bruins press at the half. Pastrnak fires one wide on a rush. Brazo can't bury one in close. Another power play for Boston. Is it any good? No, not really. It's killed off. Crosby has a sharp angle shot that's held. The Bruins press with 3 minutes left. With 1:49 left, Boston calls a timeout. Jari then poke checks Pastrnak, and the Penguins block late, and they hold on. They win this one 2-1. They win back-to-back games for the first time in a while. They go to 9-12-4. With the loss, Boston drops back to 11-11-3. Shots on net, 12-9 Pittsburgh in the first, 16-11 Pittsburgh in the second, 12-8 Boston in the third. Final shots are 36-32 for the Penguins. Power plays, Pittsburgh 0-2, Boston 0-3. The hits, 25-15 Boston. Jari saves 31 out of 32. Boston's shooting percentage stays very low. Swayman saves 34 out of 36. Swayman's been excellent for like the last week and a half, so Boston just needs to figure out a way to find some goals, which is becoming increasingly difficult. All right, Winnipeg and Vegas. So it's Comrie versus Hill. There's an early press by Vegas. The Golden Knights end up drawing a power play. There's a shoulder save on Hanifin. That power play's killed off. Coughlin has a point shot that's held. Vegas presses at 5.5 minutes. The shots are 4-1 for Vegas at 6.5 minutes. Ehlers is denied on a rush, and then Perfetti gets his first goal in 12 games at 6:57. Morrissey and Ehlers with the assists. Coughlin then prevents a goal by Eichel shortly thereafter. Vegas goes back to the power play. That was killed off. There were 3 shots on net during that. Jets clear out after finishing the kill. Vegas presses with 7 minutes left. We get a power play for the Jets. That's killed off. And then on a turnover, Brett Howden shows the speed on an end-to-end rush. He buries it at 18:13. It's 1-1. And then at 19:44, Vegas does what Vegas does. They score late. Barbashev buries a rebound and close. Dorofeev and Eichel with the assists. It's 2-1 Vegas after one. Second period, a net feed to Holtz gets picked off. There's a power play for the Jets. That's killed off. The shots are 3-2 Winnipeg at 9 minutes. Hurdle has a rush chance that's saved. Connor has a net feed that gets picked off. Vegas presses with 6 minutes left. At 14:28, though, the Jets tie the game. It's Perfetti from Morrissey, I should say, and Nemesnikov. He pots a rebound after a 3-on-2 rush for the Winnipeg Jets. Then there's a near miss for Carlson and close. The Jets press with 2 minutes left. It is 2-2 after the second period. So we go to the third period. There's an early press by the Jets. Barbashev has a net feed that's picked off. Velarde has a net feed that's blocked. Pionk has a shot that's held. We get some pushing there. The shots are 3-1 Jets at 4 minutes. Eichel goes beast mode, and then he ends up feeding it to Barbashev, who wires it from the slot on a wrist shot. Eichel with the assist at 4:42. The Jets look to respond, and they would. Pionk scores from Fleury and Connor at 8:55 to tie the game at 3. Then we have a press by the Jets with 7.5 minutes left. At 15:55, Howden tips one in close on a nice pass from Carlson. Theodore with the other assist. That makes it 4-3 for the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas presses for another with 2:44 left. The Jets get a power play. The goalie pull happens with 1:20 left. Vegas kills off that penalty. They hang on. They win the game 4-3. They go to 15-6-3 with the win. With the loss, the Jets 18-6. Jets got off to that fantastic start to the season. It's kind of gone off the rails over the last couple of weeks, though. Shots on net, 14-6 Vegas in the first, 9-7 Winnipeg in the second, 10-9 Winnipeg in the third. Final shots are 30-25 for the Golden Knights. Power plays, Winnipeg 0 for 3, Vegas 0 for 2. The hits, 22-17 Winnipeg. Comrie saves 26 out of 30. Hill saves 22 out of 25. All right, next up. The Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars. So it's Georgiev versus Ottinger, and it's the first time this season, I believe, that Dallas has worn the black and green jerseys, the rave jerseys as I call them, and it's nice to see them. I do wish that I had numbers that match the numbers they wear in their helmets. I do have an online seller that I keep an eye on that I get the numbers from, and I haven't seen the raves at any point. I haven't seen it from the website of the manufacturer either. It's Sportstar Decals. Anyway, Georgiev versus Ottinger. There's a post for McKinnon on a turnover, so not a great start there. Stars press at 2.5 minutes. I say that transparently as a Dallas fan. The shots are 2-1 for Colorado at 3 minutes. We get a power play for Dallas. O'Connor gets dinged on a shot block, and then Sagan roofs a rebound from the side of the net. Duchesne and Marchment with the assists at 5:36. Hintz fires one high on a rush, but the shots are 7-3 in favor of Colorado 7.5 minutes in. The Avs press at 9 minutes. They're kept to the outside. The Stars then press with 8.5 minutes left, and then we get a power play for the Avs, and they score on it. Nichushkin buries a rebound to tie it at 13:56. Rantanen with the assist, but Dallas would get that back. At 14:28, a loose puck pinballs in. It shows this being Marchment's goal. I know it's gone back and forth as to whose goal it is, but Marchment gets it from Heiskanen and Sagan. We then get a power play for Dallas. That's killed off. And then with 2:07 left, the Avs get a power play, and that's killed off. So it's 2-1 Dallas after one, and there was a lot of special teams play in that first period. Second period, Lundqvist is denied. The rebound's cleared. The Stars press at 3 minutes. The shots are only one apiece 6 minutes in. At 7:07 on a rush, Ben buries one. Heiskanen and Steele with the assists. It's a 2-goal lead for the Dallas Stars. The Avs press with 9.5 minutes left. We get a power play for Dallas. That lasts 21 seconds before it becomes a 4-on-4. Everything gets killed off. The Avs press after. The fans then call one. The referee does not. And then soon after, the Avs actually get a power play. So Dallas kills that off. 1:51 left. Dallas gets a power play. And at 18:42 on a tic-tac-toe play, Rope Hintz makes it 4-1. Johnston and Ben with the assists. So it's 4-1 after 2. And I guess Dallas decided, well, we've got this. Let's have a couple of drinks. Because, man, in that third period, 1:02 in on a zone entry, Lehkonen wires one. McKinnon and Girard with the assists. The Avs press at 4 minutes. Johnston has a net feed that's picked off. And then on a cross-ice pass, Makar goes beast mode on the play. Rantanen roofs one. That's his 11th goal this month. Makar with the assist at 8:03. We get a power play for the Avs soon after. So now we're down to a 1-goal lead, and Colorado has a power play. That was killed off, but it had some good chances there. The Avs press with 5 minutes left. The goalie pull happens with 2:51 left. And to take the tension out of the game, at 18:17, Marchment gets goal to make it 5-3. They pull the goalie again. They call a timeout with 1:19 left, do the Abs. In the end, though, a 5-3 win for Dallas. They go to 14-8 with the win. With the loss, Colorado 13-11. Shots on net, 14-8 Colorado in the first, 11-7 Dallas in the second, 11-5 Colorado in the third. Final shots, 32-24 for Colorado. Power plays, the Avs 1 for 5, Dallas 2 for 4. Both teams had 20 hits in this game. Georgiev 19 saves on 23 shots. Ottinger 29 saves on 32 shots. All right, and last game of the night, Utah at home against the Oilers. The first time the Oilers have gone to Utah. And Jack Michaels, it was interesting because there were a lot of times he kept saying this is the first time these teams have played each other. And then going back to, yeah, but this was Arizona and last year and then previous years these teams. But technically it's the first time these teams have played each other. So it's Pickard versus Vejmelka. The Oilers press at 2 minutes. Things are then pushy on a hold by Vejmelka. Shots are 2-1 Oilers at 4 minutes. Utah presses at 4.5 minutes, and they would end up scoring on a turnover rush. Kerfoot from Stenlund at 6:17. Utah then looks for another. Nurse has a 3-on-2 chance that's defended, does not get to the net. The shots are 7-3 Utah with 7.5 minutes left. The Oilers press, they're kept to the outside. Gunther has a slot shot that's held. There's some pushing, and then Gunther has a net drive that goes wide. And soon after, Cooley buries one in close at 17:15 from Valimaki and Bortuzzo. Valimaki in the lineup because Lamoureux, it was announced before this game, is going to be out for a while. Watch for a news video soon after this has gone live on the channel. So it's 2-0 Utah after one. Second period, the shots are one apiece, 2.5 minutes in. A 2-minute shift for Perry as the Oilers get bogged down a little bit in their own zone, but they survive that. Utah was the sharper team to this point in the game, and it wasn't really all that close. The Oilers press at 5 minutes. Nurse has a one-timer that's held. Utah presses at 7 minutes. The fans call one. The referee does not. Shots are 6-5 Utah at 9 minutes, and at 9:44, Podkolzin. Isn't this the second game in a row he's had a goal? Good for him. He scores from Draisaitl and Stetcher. Utah ends up looking to respond. They draw a power play. That's killed off. Shortly thereafter, the Oilers get a turn on the power play, and they score on it. It is Draisaitl on a cross-ice pass burying one. McDavid and Bouchard with the assists at 14:01. The Oilers then go back to the power play. They score on this one too. It is McDavid from Bouchard and Perry at 16:22. And it was just too many opportunities for the Oilers at the net. Utah doing the best to block, but just not clearing the puck and not keeping it away from their net enough. So, that makes it a 3-2 lead for the Edmonton Oilers after two. Third period, the shots are 3 apiece at 2.5 minutes. The Oilers press at 3 minutes. And then on a net drive, Lawson Krause gets his first in 15 games to tie the game at 3. Bjugstad and Motto with the assists at 3:41. Schmaltz is then robbed not long after because he's not allowed to have goals. So the Oilers rush after that. The teams exchange rushes. Bouchard has a one-timer that's held. The teams trade turnovers. McDavid's denied from the slot. Utah rushes after that. 3:25 left. The Oilers get a power play. That's killed off. The Oilers press after it's done, but we're going to overtime. In the overtime, the Oilers control early. Draisaitl's denied. Vejmelka holds. And then on a turnover, Nugent-Hopkins makes no mistake on the breakaway. He wires it at 1:18 to give the Oilers the 4-3 overtime win. The Oilers go to 12-9-2 with the victory. With the overtime loss, Utah 9-10-4 on the year. Shots on net, 12-5 Utah in the first, 10-7 Utah in the second, 17-9 for Edmonton in the third. Final shots are 32, and then 3 shots in the overtime, all by Edmonton, including the one that matters. Now, final shots in the game, 32-31 for the Oilers. Power plays, 2 for 3 for Edmonton. That's the kind of power play we expect from them. Utah went 0 for 1. The hits were 16-8 for Utah. Pickard, good night for him. 28 saves on 31 shots. Vejmelka saves 28 out of 32 at the other end. And there you go. All caught up on tonight's action. After earlier today, I caught you up on today's action. And now I got to put together a news video, at least in all likelihood. And if it doesn't go up tonight, I'll have one up tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is a much easier day, even though it's Saturday. It's weird. But I'll have the preview. I'll do the preview video tonight, and then that'll go live on the channel very early tomorrow morning. So look forward to that. But thank you guys so much for all your support as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much as always. I will talk to you again soon.